Hello, my fellow patriots. Well, it's the 3rd. I hope you all had the chance or have the chance to go out and vote today. I didn't. I feel like crap, to put it nicely. I'm feeling kind of bad for the past few days. Today it feels so much worse. Come to find out, my wife has been working with someone who has the coronavirus. She isn't showing any signs or symptoms. I'm starting to show them. Fingers crossed. Send me some prayers. But I feel like crap. My wife went out and voted. She wore a mask, gloves, lots of hand sanitizer, yada yada yada. She said there weren't a whole lot of people at our polling station. She said most of the people there was people who work there. But she said that they told her that there was a pretty big crowd this morning. So today of all days is for me to feel like I can't take 3 steps before I feel like I want to fall over. It's funny how things work out, huh? I really didn't even feel like doing this, but I kind of feel like I have to now. And it's not a bad thing, but get out and vote. And I wish my wife could have voted for me. Which they should be able to. I mean, you should be able to, as long as you're still married and living together in the same household, share the same address, you should be able to vote for your spouse. Especially if they're feeling like me. They're already starting with all the bull crap. Biden intends to address nation as new leader, even without concession. Mighty brave, ain't they? Biden can declare victory early, but Trump, oh no, 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 no. Twitter, Facebook, everybody says no. If you declare victory early, we're going to take down your post, ban you, ship you off to Venus. I don't know, something or another. Real clear politics flips key states to Trump. I think Trump's going to win. I mean, they can't. Biden campaign, we can win without Pennsylvania and Florida. No, they can't. They ain't got a chance. Even from the few early things that I've seen, Florida is mostly Trump. North Carolina is mostly all red. I mean, it's looking good for Trump. And of course they'd have voting machine issues in Pennsylvania. How convenient, considering most people voting in person today will be statistically more Republican. And Pennsylvania is a key state, so these coincidences just keep happening, don't they? Republicans surging in Florida. Of course they are. Google still erasing Breitbart stories about Biden. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? It's Google. They're extreme left wing. And I mean, for all of you who are watching this on BitChute, thank you. Thank you for all the subscriptions and all the views. The video I uploaded yesterday about the White House hunkering down. That's one of the quickest rising videos I've ever put up. The quickest views. I mean, it's close to 100 views as of the making of this video. But YouTube, I've got 8 subscribers. I've had those 8 subscribers from the past, however long I've really been doing this. The videos don't get mentioned anymore. I mean, with people on BitChute, could you please, go over to YouTube, give, a subscribe, a like to the videos. They're the same videos now. I was starting to kind of do slightly different, but they're the same. But I just want to try to get higher up on the algorithm, because YouTube is severely shadow banning. Even channels with 400,000 or 500,000 subscribers, they're shadow banning. Me with my little measly 8 subscribers are, yeah. So, help a brother out, please. But, National Guard reports to Chicago. Trump will go to jail. Nah, it's not very likely. Lady Gaga torched for mocking rednecks and pro-Biden ad. Of course, I could have told her that. That was just... God, that's like a slap in the face. Now, this is funny. Amish horse and buggy Trump train. Even the Amish are for Trump. You know, that's something I've wondered a little while ago. You know, I don't even know if the Amish people even have like social security numbers or birth certificates or anything like that, because they're, you know, they're their own community. So I wonder if they're even legal for them to vote. If not, I mean, you know, like I did the video I did yesterday showed, you know, people in Hong Kong for Trump. Orthodox Jews pray for Trump victory. Of course they do. In New York, Jesus, the dude, Cuomo, I swear, sitting there specifically targeting them. Now that's, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, even though it might get this video banned or whatever on YouTube, but that's like what Hitler did. Plain and simple. There was just a thing about some doctor or woman coming out and comparing Trump to being worse than Hitler. And her reasoning was, well, at least Hitler praised and, you know, rewarded his followers. Okay, but he killed everyone else. This is how insane these daggone Democrats are. They literally compared Trump to Hitler, who killed millions of Jewish people and countless others in other states and countries and stuff. Countless others. She's comparing Trump to him and saying Hitler was actually better than Trump. These people are insane. That daggone professor, I can't remember which college it was, but he come out and literally said the Holocaust never happened. He got fired. They rehired him. This is the education system, people. Don't send your kids to these dang liberal colleges to be brainwashed. That's why some of the youth is the way it is now. It's because of this daggone brainwashing. I mean, it's unreal. You know, teach history, teach English, teach math. Keep your politics and your bias at home. We don't send our children to these schools and colleges to be indoctrinated. Leave your politics and your bullcrap at home. Yeah, Cuomo, he's just targeting the Jews. I mean, I don't know what his problem is, but he needs to be taken down a few notches. He needs to be reined in. That's like blatantly biased. Bad things are coming tonight, people. I hope you've prepared. GW warns students to stockpile food, supplies, medicine for elections. There you go. I mean, this is what I've been saying. LeBron James officially endorses Biden. What a shock. I never saw that coming. Who cares? LeBron James is irrelevant. He's moot. He's just pissed off because nobody's watching daggone basketball anymore because, according to polls and statistics now, most people view it as political, not as entertainment. People don't want to watch football or basketball or any sport to be bombarded with political views that they have. No one wants that crap. They see enough of that day after day. We watch sports for entertainment. Now, I'm not a huge sports fan. I mean, I've got my favorite team. Go Cowboys. May lose some subscribers there, but... But when I do watch football, I don't want to watch, the players bend the knee, quite literally. I don't want to see all these Black Lives Matter political bullcrap everywhere you look. I want to watch for entertainment. I want to watch some dude grab a daggone ball and then get the ever-loving schnit knocked out of him. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see all this political bullcrap. You see enough of that everywhere else I look. Pennsylvania Republican poll watchers denied access. That is true. The poll watcher, their little certificate that they got, says that they can go to any poll place and watch. The people at this particular one were telling him, you're not registered for this one. It says on his certificate he can go to any one. And there wasn't a Republican poll watcher at that particular one. I'm telling you, people, Pennsylvania is going to be just, dear God. For one thing, their poll machines are breaking down. Poll watchers aren't allowed to, watch the polls like they're supposed to be. It's going to be bad. They're probably going to come out and say Trump lost Pennsylvania, but he will win. I mean, Biden's little comment just on banning fracking, if you watch my other video, 19 million jobs lost if Biden bans fracking. That comment alone lost him Pennsylvania. Dead caught voting in New York City. Why am I not surprised? There was some people trying to register dead people again in Florida as Democrats. Go figure. This is like Hillary all over again. This is ridiculous. This will say, get out and vote, people, if you already haven't. God, I wish I could go out and vote. But, I mean, it tore me. I almost did. But I've been coughing for most of the day. My stomach feels like it's upside down. I can feel something in my chest. My head is booming. My body aches. I don't feel good at all. So, regardless if I hadn't been able to really make it there, period, going off the off chance that I somehow do have the daggone virus, I don't want to run the risk of infecting other people. I'm being responsible. If I have it, I don't want to spread it. The community I live in, it's mostly elderly. I'm not going to say, retirees or nothing, but it's people up in there, 40s, 50s, and 60s and stuff. Some are not in the best of health. I'm going to be locking myself in my house for a little while. My wife, she's been around it already, but she's not showing any kind of symptoms whatsoever. She feels fine. So, who knows? Maybe she's immune. Maybe they need to send her to the government and they can take some of her blood and make the cure. But, anyways, people, go out and vote. This will probably be the only video I do today. I watched that last night. Rapper Lil Pump joins on stage. Never vote for Sleepy Joe. If you didn't watch that, or if you didn't catch that part, it made me laugh. Trump called him Little Pimp. That was funny. I don't know. That gave me. I don't know why, but that made me just laugh super hard earlier, yesterday whenever I watched it. It just made me laugh. And I mean, look at all these people. And it's been like this for all of Trump's rallies. I mean, there are so many people that you can't. The camera people, well, I mean, big news, they don't show them anyway. But if you watch places like Right Side Broadcasting Company, uh, they show the crowds. Whenever Trump says it, the camera dude zooms out and he pans the whole crowd, and that's the only camera that you see moving around showing everything. But those are just the people that they can see. There are crap tons of other people waiting outside that you can't see. Like that rally in Pennsylvania he held the other night. 57,000 people were there. Only 20,000 were allowed in. The rest were all outside. I mean, they were all technically outside, but you know what I mean. They were outside the gates. They weren't allowed in. They weren't allowed to see. But they were still there. They were there in the cold. They were there to show their support. I mean, that's 37,000 people standing out there just listening to him through some speakers that they have hooked up. They're not even going to get a chance to see him. But they are still there showing their support. So I don't know where the heck the left is getting all this. Old Biden's got it by a landslide. I just don't see it. Even all the polls are narrowing quite a bit. I just don't see how Biden can win. Not without them cheating. I mean, they say it about Trump. Oh, he's cheating. He's this, he's that, blah, blah, blah. But if you've been following the real news, if you've actually paid attention, whatever the Democrats adamantly accuse Trump of doing and the Republicans, they're doing themselves. Like Russia. It was all a big hoax. It was all proven as a hoax. But what nobody kind of was really expecting was that Hillary and Obama and everybody else was involved with the Russians. They were actually involved. But yet they accused Trump of it. I mean, anything that they do, that they accuse the Republicans and Trump of, it's almost 100% safe bet. Put money on it that they're doing it and that they did it first. You know, a lot of these riots and stuff are going to come up, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I fear for people's lives, honestly. I just don't see how they can really say that this is going to be, a peaceful anything. You've got the White House putting up big unscalable fences, 250 National Guard members on standby. Secret Service is going to be out in force patrolling the entire perimeter. Stores are boarding up. I mean, there's going to be nothing peaceful about this. Trump, they say, get reelected. Who knows when we're going to hear the results? Who knows? It should be tonight. Period. But no, the Democrats had to go and change the rules to suit themselves, or so they thought. But when they seen that, even though people were using mail-in ballots, that they didn't have this big, humongous landslide that they were expecting, that people, oh crap, were actually voting Republican, then they tried to stop it and say, oh, no, go cast your ballot in person instead. Yeah, they've been touting that for like the past over, I think, a week now. I've been telling everybody, don't mail in your ballots, go cast it in person instead. Yeah, they're scared. They know that a lot of the mail-in ballots that's going to be coming in, here today and the past few days are generally going to be more Republican, because the Democrats went out way early and voted way early. So a majority of theirs is already in. So what's going to be coming in, it's still going to be Democrat stuff coming in, but it's going to be more statistically of Republican majority. And with Trump already leading in a lot of key states, I mean, I live in Virginia, and I've seen something earlier that said that Virginia may be in play now. Awesome. Flip this place back to red. God help us all. Flip it back to red. It'd be just hilarious just for Trump to win in a freaking tsunami. Not just a little landslide, but a damn tsunami. To where no matter how much they cheated, they still couldn't win. And, what's his name? The dude from the Young Turks. God, I can't remember. My head isn't on straight today. But his daggone idiotic ass come up and say, oh, Biden's going to get like, 306 or 300 and something electoral. It's well over 300, actually, I think. And, yeah, he's going to win in a landslide. It's going to be Biden all the way. I know. If Trump does lose, I can tell you now, it's not going to be by much. Not at all. Biden will win just by the very skin of his teeth. But we're not going to know the proper, who won the election. Not for a very, very long time. I mean, Biden's already got a team of lawyers ready to go. Trump has got a team of lawyers ready to go. I mean, they're going to be suing this and suing that. It might go down to the Supreme Court making a decision. And the Democrats have already said that if it does come down to that, then Amy Coney Barrett must recuse herself from it. If not, they will impeach her because supposedly, without any proof, they said that Trump and her already had discussions about it, and she agreed to, vote things his way and blah, blah, blah. And then God help us if something happens and the Supreme Court don't make the decision and it goes a long time and Pelosi becomes president. I still think, Tim Pool talked about the executive order 51, I think, where the president can just enact it and then bye-bye government. They basically redo the government from the ground up as they see fit. And I got a feeling somehow if Pelosi does get in there, she's going to try to do that. She will be acting president because it went over, I think, January 20th, I believe. And then the Speaker of the House becomes the president. Well, acting president for a short time until they get things sorted out. But if she becomes president, then I'm thinking that she should be able to, enact any executive order she really wanted to. And if that happens, well, then she's going to enact Executive Order 51 and take over the entire government. Get rid of all Republicans and make this a very, very socialist, communist country. These little kids out here and they're running around the streets LARPing talking about a revolution. No, that's how you get a revolution. And it's not a revolution that anybody wants. Well, some people do. But a lot of those people are the people who don't understand what a real revolution would entail. All the killing. I mean, it'd be left and right. It's not a good thing. But it's just kind of some headline things. I guess I'll find something to read. Let's go ahead and read this. Dead caught voting in New York. Ballots have been mailed into the New York City Board of Elections in the name of dead voters, reports the New York Post. Francis Reckow, who was born in 1915, would be 105 today and died in 2012, requested a mail-in ballot, filled it out, and returned it. Gertrude Nizer, who was born in 1919, would be 101 today and died in 2016, requested an absentee ballot, filled it out, and returned it. These are just the ones that have been found. What's so troubling about this is that there is no way this is an oopsie, no way it happened by accident. You don't accidentally request a mail-in ballot that belongs to a dead person, fill it out, and return it. This feels like an organized effort on behalf of some person or organization that is going through a lot of trouble to find out who's dead but still on the voter rolls and vote on their behalf. And you can bet this isn't a Republican effort. If it were, it would be the biggest story in the world right now. But because it is almost only Democrats who cheat, we're gaslighted with the media lies about how voter fraud isn't a real problem. This, despite the fact Jack Kennedy almost certainly beat Richard Nixon in 1960, thanks to all those dead voters in Chicago. God, people. New York, Florida, who knows where else. This is what I mean. The system is broken. What I proposed doing earlier, instead of having all these people count them, which there's still, of course, I mean, there's, a very good margin that, there could be fraud in this as well, but just do it by computer system. Have a big computer hooked up, do it localized, don't have it connected, to the internet constantly. Do it as a little localized thing. Have people come in, select their votes, put in their driver's license number, social security number, address, all that good stuff, whatever. Have them vote, and then on election, after the polls close, hook them up. You go to a special website using special software that automatically deposits, all the votes and who they're for. That way, within hours, we could know who won, without a doubt. But it's computer systems. There can be glitches and hackers and, Russia and all this other bull crap. But, it takes human error out of the equation. Oops, this ballot must have fallen. Oh, this one's kind of illegible. Yeah, I'll just throw it away. It takes all that out of the picture. And this is going to be one hell of a year. Of course, you got dead people voting, the White House locking down, preparing for war, people boarding up their stores in preparations for mass rioting and destruction. And that's commonplace now. It's sad. The media isn't really reporting it that much, but it's still happening. It's continuing to go, but you don't, like CNN, Fox News, they're not really reporting it that much anymore. They'll report big ones, but all the little ones here and there, no, they don't report them anymore. That's so 6 months ago. This is getting pathetic. People, you need to prepare. It's 5 o'clock, election day. If you haven't voted yet, go. If you're in line by 7 o'clock, they can't turn you away. I know some places, some jobs, have given people the day off purposely to go vote. Vote. Go vote for me. I can't do it. God knows I want to. Go vote, people. Prepare yourselves. There's going to be riots tonight. There's going to be riots tomorrow. And whenever the results finally get back, whenever that'll be, they say Trump won, this country is going to go into all-out chaos. You need to be prepared. See what happened with the coronavirus. This is going to be much, much worse. This just ain't gonna be no little toilet paper and hand sanitizer shortage. No, it's gonna be you having to walk outside your house fully armed and geared and ready to go, walking out with a bulletproof vest on. This is what the Democrats have allowed to happen. This is what they support, because they haven't done a daggone thing to stop it. And they refuse to condemn it. Anyway, stay vigilant, America. For the love of God, go vote and vote red. We cannot let these people take over the country. We can't. Stay vigilant. Prepare yourself. Stay safe. And I will see you in the next video.